Hi, this is Ryan Lorenz with the Ethics in Computing project for utilitarianism. And so this is for um, the first question: why do businesses and governments often use utilitarianism thinking to determine the proper course of action? So typically, most will do this to maximize their profits and customers, because doing both of those for a business is going to increase their profits overall. More customers equals more money. More money equals more happy. Governments want to maximize the standard of living and maximize peace amongst everybody in the nation. If you keep everybody happy, keep everybody peaceful, it's pretty much the standard idea there. So for utilitarianism, the company basically got tiered products is one version of it. You've got multiple tiered iPhones allowing top tier and bottom tier class people to still get the nice fancy product. Everybody's happy, yada yada yada. Governments with alcohol have imposed a maximum BAC level to be legally allowed to drive. This is a real utilitarianism style thinking because they have set it at 0.08 no matter what, and that is a DUI. And we know that, this might not necessarily be the exact number that is necessary for every situation or every person, but it's what has been said. The Keystone Pipeline is an example of utilitarianism by the government whenever the pipeline was first considered and requested permission. The Obama's administration declined, and then the Trump administration granted, and then it was declined again by Joe Biden most recently and within the past month or so. So that's utilitarianism, which is, it's anyway. Trying to move quick. I'm only halfway done. What are disadvantages of the utilitarian approach to decision making? This is the second question. So some of the disadvantages are that it can actually require a lot of calculations because there can be a lot of involved factors that are affected, and it can have effects that either last for a long time or don't show themselves until a long time later. It doesn't always end in equal positivity for everyone involved whenever the decision is made. It just is made because there is a greater positivity overall. It doesn't necessarily mean that the positivity is fairly distributed. It actually can sometimes lead to the wrong action in some cases, and if there are rules that are set, then if there are exceptions to a rule, then that will break the basic logic for rules if you try and use them together. Prohibition lasted for a long time with alcohol and with marijuana, and it would just imprison people for just possessing the item. They didn't do anything anymore. They were still punished because the rule was set and they broke it. The ancient Romans is another example. So Jesus was convicted of 2 nonviolent crimes and then sentenced to crucifixion, while somebody who was actually a known violent offender, Barabbas, was set free. And this is an example of how sometimes utilitarianism will tell us to convict an innocent person to keep something like a massive violent riot from happening that might end up killing people. And then we have an example like abortion, which is a very hot button topic. Obviously, there's a lot of conflicting views. Sometimes the life of the mother is at stake. She could die if she gives birth because of complications. There are also the complications that, the child was conceived inappropriately. There are religious views that, have their angles on this. So this is a really hard one. And the cost-benefit analysis needs to be, aimed also mostly at the person who is actually pregnant with the child. But it's a very difficult issue. So the conclusion is that it is a very good, effective, it's a very effective method for finding a course of action. If you use it appropriately in most situations, you're going to have you are more than probable, or you are probable to have I can't talk. A positive outcome is probable, and a negative outcome is improbable, although not impossible. Thank you.